Hello everyone. Phoenix61 here with your legend shenanigans for the day. We are rocking the Massachusetts. I decided to go up the middle here with this thing. We do have a full-blown secondary build on this thing. Good AA from an American battleship, so we're shooting down planes easily. He came right over top of everybody, so I'm not sure what that carrier player was thinking. But anyway, we'll go in and support the B cap. We've got a destroyer in there. You know, sometimes it's always tempting to go around towards C, but I wanted to get in and be a little bit more aggressive and have a little bit more opportunity. Of course, that comes with a little bit more risk as well. But we do have a full-blown secondary battery built here, so I was kind of hoping to be able to engage somebody early on, draw some fire, do some things. So we'll go in and support B. Our destroyer player might already have it capped by the time we get there, though. And then keeping an eye on where the carrier's coming from. And we're not yet spotted by any ships just yet, so I was holding off firing the guns. A decent shot on this New Jersey here, so we'll take that, and that's of course going to get us spotted. And I didn't realize I was shooting HE, so we switched over to AP. And there we go, we've got a battleship in range of our secondaries there, so we tripped the secondary booster. And then I started slowing down here, which I kind of like regret doing. I wish I would have just pushed up. But you can see we're not spotted anymore, so I'll actually take advantage of that and start moving up here eventually. Of course, we're going to get spotted for firing our guns there. Yeah, I kind of started to back up when I don't really think I needed to. So we'll move back up. We've got this destroyer had set this smoke screen, so that's kind of what's keeping our detection a little off and on here. So yeah, we can move back into it, and then I was like, all right, we'll take advantage of that. We can close the gap between this New Jersey, right? Because we're probably not going to beat him out on just a main battery, fight here. So especially if we both bow in. But if we can engage the secondaries, we can start getting an edge over him. So we'll move up. And keeping an eye on where the planes are coming from to see if they're coming at us. Alright, New Jersey's going to be in range of secondaries now. And we just watch our angling here. I'll use my first heal. And then I know we've got a battleship off to our port side here as well, so we got to keep an eye on him. That could have been worse than it was. Alright, we'll move up just a little bit more so that Nebraska doesn't have a shot on us here. Let's try and minimize 1 versus 1 instead of getting teamed up on here. He's still going to be able to shoot his planes at us, but that's only so often, right? So. Alright. New Jersey's hyper-focused on us, so he took a bad hit from somebody across the map over at A. And we're getting bombed by the carriers. That is fine. And we just have to watch out in case he's coming in for ramming speed here. We'll have to keep an eye on him. We've got significantly more health, so that would be a good trade for him, right? Tried to shoot the bow, but it's really a mistake. Really can't do that. I should have aimed high. Pretty much everything bounced there. And then now it's like, all right, we're up a ship, we're up 2 zones. We've got some of these guys out here over between the A and B flank, and then we can see on the mini-map too, it looked like a destroyer player, this Z-23 that the carrier just called out. It looked like he's not playing, so I was like, alright, let's see if we can like push out, get rid of that destroyer if he's not playing. Like, he looks like he's still at his spawn point. I'm going to trip the secondaries to go after that Kagaru, but Indianapolis finished him off. So here's where like a lot of things are going to start happening all at once here. I was like not sure if we had the health for this this much aggression here, but I went for it. So we'll keep pushing up, and then I wanted to keep the guns on the starboard side here in case this destroyer starts moving. But Picardi's also giving us a nice broadside angle here too, so... Decent hit on him. There's the destroyer, and of course he starts playing right as we come around the corner. So we'll focus on him for the secondaries, and then we're going to hit the brakes and start turning because we know he's sending torpedoes. That's the #1 rule. Best way to dodge torpedoes is to start dodging them before you see them. Alright, so we'll start moving forward again. We almost got away from those, right? We're going to take a couple of them. Damage con that. We did finish him off with a close quarters medal there, though. And we're still the torpedo hits from the carrier as well. So we're really just a punching bag at this point.
All good now.
These two battleships didn't seem to like too much focus on us, so I'm taking advantage of it. We'll just keep moving up. Right, Picardi's looking at somebody else. He's got somebody closer, so we can give up angle in order to get the rear turret on target here too. And Percival's, he's not going to get away, right? Like, we're just going to keep pushing up on him. See if we can turn. Nope, not. We're going to take one of those. That's fine. There's our clear skies. Picardi goes down from a fire. We're almost have that carrier in range of secondaries here. We'll start turning to push up here. I think I've got him at like 11 kilometers. Plenty on that Nebraska, though.
It's gonna be ours.
Getting just trickle damage on him. See if we can nab the kill. Yep, we do. With the damage number there that showed up was 13. That's how low he was. Alright, Percival is now in range of secondaries as well. And of course we're the closest, easiest target for him, so he's just going to keep sending his planes at us. That's fine, he's the last ship, so it doesn't matter if we die. Give us just over 100,000 damage for the game.
It's gonna be ours.
Yeah, not too many American battleships that are fun to do secondary builds with, so wanted to get one out there in Massachusetts. Hadn't played it in a while, so got her done here. And we'll go through, I'll take a peek at the leaderboard once we finish off this Percival, and then I'll go through the commander build as well. Trip the secondary booster, that's our last one. Gives you a little bit quicker reload and dispersion on the secondaries there. We're hitting his deck a lot with the secondaries, so we're not getting too much damage with them. A little bit here and there. Oh, there's some. Two shells for 600 some. There we go, another close quarters medal. So 3 close quarters medals for that game.
Winners, we're the best.
Yeah, like I said, like that like aggressive push up through that middle, like that's not always going to work, right? Like we got a little bit lucky, those couple of battleships, right? That Picardi and Nebraska weren't too hyper focused on us, and so we just took advantage of it there, right? But that does put us at the top of the leaderboard, 2700 XP with 3 close quarters and a clear skies medal too. Right, and so this is full-blown secondary build, so for the mod slots, we're picking anything that's secondary, and then I'll, of course, like propulsion mod and concealment for the slot 2 and 3. And then I do have the legendary booster in here as well, so that's giving us an extra 5% damage for each kill that we get. Right, and then, of course, you're going to use your secondary booster consumable option there. And then this Watson Amelia is actually, this is Willis Lee. It's just a commander geist, right? So this is the free-to-play commander. And then you would use Franz von Hipper, right? He's free to play as well. And then you would just use whoever you've kind of got as your other inspiration, right? We have Haruna. If you've got her, you can use her. There's free to play options, right? I think there's a secondary reload person out there that's free to play. But otherwise, just put whatever you're comfortable with in there, right? You can really go anything. Franz von Hipper is really kind of the only must-have there, right? But Porcupine, we're using Firefighter, and then I like Properly Meticulous in the last row here. You could use. I know a lot of people like Master Mechanic because you get those extra heals, but this just boosts your secondary like survivability, dispersion, your secondary targeting duration like it just boosts everything secondary. So I typically pick this, right? Like not always, but that's what I typically pick. Then I'm using Will to Rebuild, but any of these options are good. Running with Scissors, Firefighter, right? Fight Fire with Fire, or Will to Rebuild, all good choices. So you do you there. Right, I know a lot of people prefer Fight Fire with Fire over just about anything else, but that's going to be our video for the day. It's a quick one. A quick Massachusetts game was a lot of fun. So yeah, make sure you guys are following the channel. I try to put a Legends video out almost every day, so we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.